Guys, this is Prizm Cellos. Pick your team, number 51. We're doing the Texas Randoms. Emails are sent out. Dice roll ace, deuce, or higher. We're going 3 times. 1, 2, third, and finals. Nah, I appreciate it, Bobby. I'm sorry. Jaguars. Who's getting them? It's Tannhauser who's getting the Texans on this one, guys. Tannhauser's getting them. All right. Good luck. Well, see, the thing is these packs, they rip open pretty quick, so I didn't want to take them out right away and then nothing, you know. Let's see some nastiness. Cellos have been very good, guys. Silvers, red, white, and blues been flying out of this. Of the top elite guys, that's always great. And they sell well, especially in a gem. We do offer grading as well for you folks. So, you know, if you guys got the CJ Strouds, the ARs, football season is upon us. OTAs are already happening. Mandatory training, I think, is happening in some places as well already, if not everywhere. Maybe I'm behind the ball. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Oh, IP1. Got you, Greg. Got you, bro. No problem. I appreciate you doing that for me, like I said, brother. That's probably why I couldn't find it, because I looked under just Greg IP, so it's possible. It wouldn't, at least on our back end, it's got to be very specific. You didn't just create an account like right now, right? IP, like that was your old account? I'll try and search it right after this. But if you've already sent the email, like I said, I'm making sure you're taken care of in case we had like an old email on file, if it's been a while, or, you know, always just try to cover our bases. That way it doesn't affect you, you know what I'm saying? Ah, yeah, I got you, I got you. That's awesome. I'm one of the newer guys, technically. I've been here about 2 years now. It's kind of crazy. I'm the hammer, dude. It's nice to meet you, Greg. I'm not the new face anymore, though. Yeah. Oh, so you were the brick wall time. Oh, I'm from Hawaii, Greg. I've been in the industry for quite some time as well. I got back in it in about 2017 myself. Before that, it was a little bit of Pokemon cards from my time and my era, at least. You know, Pokemon cards, the Griffeys, all like that. The late Jordans, the late Pippins, 1990, 91 Fleer. That was kind of my jam. Obviously, I was younger back then, too. I was breaking on my own since 2019. And yeah, this will be about almost 6 years now. It's great to meet you, brother. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Never too old for Pokemon. You know what's funny though, Jazzy? My heart is never too old for Pokemon, but my ego sometimes is too old for Pokemon. And I'm a man. I'll say it to anybody. Sometimes my ego is too old for Pokemon. But at heart, you know, you can't take the little boy out of the man. Yeah, I mean I was huge. Pokemon was like the first thing I ever had. That was like the first cards like I actually knew, I understood, and I collected from elementary school time. I had like 4 or 5 first edition Charizards, Blastoises, Green of Lawson, Herbert, Downs. Like I had a ton. And then at the time in Hawaii, from where I'm from, Macintosh, we had quite a nice Michael Wilson on the red, white, and blue. At my time, the Japanese were actually really expensive. We were paying, I think, $4.95 a pack, if I remember correctly. The Japanese was like $8.99, $9.99 a pack. Mike Mayer for the Raiders. So I remember back in the days, the Japanese cards were like much more expensive, probably because of, you know, the processes and everything like that. The import fees, I'm sure, had something to do with that too, you know. And obviously, being in Hawaii, obviously we got the Hawaii tax too, so everything's always more expensive where I'm from. Food, milk, ice cream, you name it, it's expensive. There's Waller, Gibbs on a Prizm break, Brissy on the red, white, and blue. Jones, silver, nice Jaden Reed for the Packers. Foskey on the red, white, and blue. Ojolari, Godwin, Diggs, and Jack Campbell on the red, white, and blue. No, you know what's funny, Bobby? So I was big in Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball Z was a thing, but I didn't know that it was called Dragon Ball Z. Mims, Jordan Love, Mims again on the green. So what I mean by that, and I'll tell you a story here, and because I remember it like gold. So it was 1998, I believe, and as you guys know, Western anime and everything like that, it was you know, starting to go. How old are you guys? I'm gonna be 35 in 2 months. So like one thing I could tell you, one thing I can tell you. So we had a lot of VHSs, and at the time, for you guys that know VHS, we used to tape a lot of things. All right, so me and Jazzy's the same age. Okay, so we're 89. So like Davis, Green, TJ Turner. So like we used to have a store in Hawaii called Gecko's Books. They are no longer a store. They recently, probably within the last 5 years or so, closed down. But so my family used to you know, rent movies, have a blank VHS, if you guys catch my drift. There's a Levis and there's a Stroud, and you know, they would make some home recordings and copy certain videos. I won't say anything else because it's FBI, it's a federal law. But so I used to have a lot of the Dragon Ball Z movies all in Japanese. There's a nice puka, and I didn't know how to understand it, but it was always fun watching it. Would you like to guess what Dragon Ball movie I had? Let's see if you guys can figure it out for any Dragon Ball Z fans out there. Tyler Scott. That box was not the greatest. Bobby, you might know. If you know what kind of guy, I'm an energetic kind of guy, I'm outgoing. I'm pretty sure you know what movie it was mine. If you take a guess, it is also my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. I would say Dragon Ball Z, but the giveaway is that he was not a canon person. He was not in canon. That is the dead giveaway that will tell you what movie it was. I could tell you the movie number right now because I'm not lying. Well, there was a lot. There was many different movies. We had Dragon Ball Z movie number 7 and 8, which I don't remember the translation, but the number 7 movie was Android, was it Android 13, I think? That was the one where all 3 Saiyans were in it. Trunks was in the movie as well. And then the other Android. Oh, that's cool. Do you still have them? I don't remember. Was it Super Android 16? No, see, no, Shaq, you gotta understand. I was literally either in kindergarten or not even in school yet when I was learning about all of this. But my family, for some reason, they knew about Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how they knew about it. And at the time, we had a Super Nintendo, which, as you guys know, they cut the insert so the Japanese cartridges could fit in an American Super Nintendo system. So we had all the Butuden. The Dragon Ball Z 1 Butuden, Butuden 2, Butuden 3. We had them all. So I played it. It was all Japanese. Never understood a word, but I knew the moves. You know? So, I don't know if you guys play video games or not. But, so, we'll fast forward over here a little bit because I'm blabbing a little bit because I'm happy about it. Dragon Ball movie number 8 was my all-time favorite, which was Broly. And I used to watch that movie on repeat. Literally on repeat. Only because Broly Japanese version was just phenomenal. So fast forward to 1998. Obviously I knew nice Laporta silver. Obviously I knew about anime. I didn't know that anime was a thing. We just called it cartoons, right? American version per se. Hainer. So I went to this collector's expo in 1998 at the Blaisdell Center. I'll never forget this. And Pokemon, I heard about Pokemon, I think in 97. It only played on it was a Japanese station in Hawaii. It was called KIKU. So they played Sonic Underground, I think. They played Pokemon. It was either 97 or 98. I don't exactly remember what year particularly, but they aired Pokemon because a lot of Asians are in Hawaii, obviously. So a lot of my friends at the time talked about it, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap? Well, I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, so. But I remember there was this girl that I liked, and she used to talk about it nonstop, and I was like, what is this Pokemon? And then, sure enough, I started watching it. Michael Wilson, Kendra Miller, and Cedric Tillman. I started watching it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I got into it, obviously. So I went to this collector's show in 98, and Jalen Hyatt, and sure enough, one of the vendors, they actually sold like Japanese VHSs and stuff. Lo and behold, I found the Pokemon movie before the movie was released in America. Jaden Reed, Emmanuel Wilson. I don't know what kind of time frame it was released, but like obviously you guys know, America was always a year or 2 or 3 behind some of the Japanese animes because they had to dub it and everything like that. So I actually bought this Pokemon movie not knowing that in 2000 when Pokemon, the first movie came out, It was the exact same thing, but just in English. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I watched this 2 years ago. And everybody's like, how did you watch it 2 years ago? That's impossible. And I'm like, I bought it at the show. Nice Gibbs. So yeah, that's actually what ended up happening, because there wasn't a lot of Pokemon at that show. Pokemon wasn't a big thing yet. It wasn't a big thing yet. And because of that collector's expo, that's when my uncle actually started taking me to the card shop like once a week usually, and we'd go visit, and he'd let me spend $20 on packs so I could buy, 5 packs of Pokemon cards. And I'll never forget my first deal as a kid, might have been like when I was 4th grade. This one dude bought my first edition Charizard. I sold it for $25. And I sold it for $25 because I wanted to buy more packs. Not knowing that $25 was probably, for at that time, a really, really big hit. Ozuma. But it's hard to think that Charizard was such a big hit in a first edition because everybody had one. It wasn't a 1 of 1. It wasn't numbered to 10. It wasn't numbered at all. So when we were kids, we didn't know any better about it. But the good thing was all of my cards were always top loaded, which is why I'm never a stranger to top loaders. I had the white borders. I always had the white bordered, so my borders were always white back in the day. I don't remember who made them. It might have been might have still been Ultipro. I don't remember exactly, but kind of a cool story. That was my introduction to anime, and then obviously Gundam Wing was a big thing, and I was a guy, typical guy, right? So robots, ooh, of course. Of course, there's a CJ Green for the Tannhauser. Nice. Oh, Jameson, that's disgusting. I hate hearing that. Oh, that thing is damaged beyond belief. Yeah. See, so at the time, so after I started buying the nice young, I started to buy the I didn't know I was buying the first edition base sets, you know what I mean? Addison. At the time. But my card shop, I'll never forget. I started seeing people with like Dragonite. I started seeing people with Erica's Vileplume. Was it Blaine's Arcanine? Was that part of like the fossil sets and stuff? They had Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, and they had all of those. That was big. So I remember buying those sets, and it was significantly more expensive. It was like it was almost double the price of the American one. But then, you had the cooler cards. Yeah, the Team Rockets. Yeah, dude, the Team Rockets. Tuli on the green. It's crazy. And the worst part is I have no clue what happened to all of those cards. I think my grandma I think they actually ended up, I was probably part of the million people that ended up getting all those cards donated to like Goodwill. Honestly, it's probably, if I have to be that honest with you, all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards probably are there. I had a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Kind of ridiculous. Wow, what a box. There's a Richardson for Mr. Jaggy and Russo. Nice. At least one box is good on this stuff. I know, no Bijans. There's Taijay. I haven't seen a Bijan, even a base yet, brother. Let's go. And our last stack. Another Richardson on a Prizm break. Horton. Zay Flowers. Yeah. Wow. Troy Dubs gets a nice red, white, and blue of Levis. So the first 2 boxes were kind of meh. And this last box just produced. Oh, I'm sorry. No Bijans whatsoever. Wow. Sorry, James. Sorry, Terry. Not even one Bijan on that one, brother. I'm sorry. You had like a Drake London insert and stuff, but obviously I'm not going for inserts, guys. Sorry about that, Terry. But yeah, good times. It's kind of cool to see that some of you guys actually collect Pokemon and know what the hell I'm doing over here. Shaq, are you still in here, Shaq? SP, LP, EP, beta. That was the length of record that you could have on the VHS, correct? If I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember. I was a kid when I was using VCRs, guys. I was literally a kid, but I remember that because I used to like recording WWE pay-per-views that we absolutely paid for. Yes, I remember. I kind of remember at least. I don't remember the formatting stuff. All I remember was putting in the blank and then pressing the red button for record. And because the WWE event was like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, I think sometimes we had to like take out the tape and then put in the other one quickly. If memory served me right. And when I say we did it, I'm talking about other household family members, not myself, because I wouldn't illegally tape something on a VHS because that's illegal and we are law-abiding citizens. Break.